Hey besties, welcome back to Kaiya Talks. I'm Kaiya, and if you're new here, thank you so much for joining me. Today it officially begins season two. Season two, emotional intelligence and healing. Um, this season is going to be different. We're going to talk about uncomfortable conversations, quiet moments no one talks about, quiet moments no one posts a line, and what healing really looks like when nobody's watching. Today's episode is called Healing in Real Time because healing isn't always pretty. It's not always inspirational. Sometimes it's simply waking up and getting through the day and choosing not to give up. Choosing not to give up. So that's me currently. Like I said, each episode I'm gonna try to do different. This one I kind of did when I was on Copilot, and I just wanted to get these particular episodes out the way. I think it was three. I had another episode. I don't know what I did with it. Hopefully, I put it on here. It was called The Art of Rest. I'm trying to see if I can find it because I'm looking and I don't see it. But I remember doing a video on it. Let me. I'm just sorry. I'm just wanting to check. Let's see. If I go to the dashboard. No, that's the other thing. I have to go back and see. Yeah, because when I go back and I try to look and see if I can find it, um, I think I changed the title though. Isn't I don't see it though. I- Yeah, I don't see it, and I remember. Let me see. Let me go back in my notes. Yeah, let me. I don't remember, y'all. I don't even remember the if I did it because I don't think I did. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to like look into it. If not, I'm gonna see if I can find it. I'm gonna see. Um, I'll just put it. I'll just put it. Try to make it part of the future. Um, um, Roast. I think I was getting ready to start it, and I just never did it. I don't. But I think I was getting ready to start it, and I just yeah. I think I was getting ready to start the actual episode, and I just never really did. Okay, let me see. Is this it? Okay, no, I think we changed it. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know what I did that video. Yeah. Mm. Segment one, healing isn't linear. I think social media has made healing look like a destination, as if one day you wake up and suddenly everything's okay. That's not reality. Real healing looks like crying one day and laughing the next. Setting boundaries that make you feel guilty. Setting boundaries that make you feel guilty. Missing people who aren't good for you. Having good weeks followed by hard days. Healing isn't moving in a straight line. It moves like waves. Some days you're floating, other days you're just trying not to drown, and both are completely normal. So yeah, that's me currently. Recently trying to get back into the dating world. I recently was on the phone with this one woman, and she was just like I don't even want to say slow because that's a slow against people like me disabled. I don't want to use the term disabled, but people with disabilities. But she just was all over the place, and she sounded more like she just wanted sex. She sounded more like she just wasn't interested. Like I think again in my real life, I don't think I'm ugly. I think that just she just really wanted sex, and then I had to cut her off because she was like, "Oh, I gotta get on the phone." You can still respond to somebody when you want to get on the phone, but in the end, I think it was just because um she wanted sexual things. And I think we are in the day and age now where we are just hooking up with people and we're not getting tested. We're not having my charts available, updating my charts. I'm not talking about 1, 2, 3 years ago. We need updated ones. And I feel like people want to sleep with people, not really knowing the consequences of it all. And when I say consequence, I mean like you sleep with someone on the first night. And I'm not gonna lie, not in my younger years, I used to do it. But now, like being older and wanting like an actual partner, like a real life partner, somebody that I can grow with, by grace of God. I still want that, the relationship is like longevity that leads into marriage and having kids and having a career. And but I also do know that that's not for a while. But I also am so the current age I am now, I'm 27. I'll be 28 in September. And I just feel like life now has been trying to get back into dating, being on the crunch because I'll be 30 in 2 years. Um, I don't have a career for myself. I'm not in college right now. I'm still looking at possible, different colleges. And I also want that companionship, that partnership. And unfortunately, we are in the age now where people don't want nothing genuine. You could be as nice as you can. You can say, like, hey, I'll pay for the first date. And in the end, you don't even know that person you're going to be talking to. From my experiences, I've went on 2 dates since this, and they haven't turned out the greatest. And I say that because one girl, she just was, it's a girl. One woman, she just was all over the place. Um, he said, I love you too quickly. Mind you, we'd only been talking for probably a couple of months and probably, did the do probably like once. And she just said it too quick. And then it leads into more like she wanted me to go meet her family. And we hadn't even been talking that long. Cut her off of that because one, she was playing on my phone. I felt like we too old to be playing on the phone. And then not because I didn't say I love you back. And then the woman I recently was talking to, um, I think again she wanted somebody to, you know, wanted somebody to give her what she wanted, which was a sexual thing. And because it did not happen, she stopped talking, which I'm used to. And I think, as I'm dating now, I'm trying to figure myself out when it comes to dating and the type of woman I like. Um, I want somebody like that is that is allowing me to heal, but showing me that there's more to life than depression. Because right now I have high function, like I have severe depression and severe anxiety. Now I have become very insecure now, and I think it's hard to open up sexually to other people because they always leave. So I think that's the part I still struggle with to this day. And it's just my experiences, and this is me just talking about it and trying to get through it as the most part. So my healing journey right now, so what I can say, like some days I'll sleep all day, or sometimes I'll take my sleep days so I can just sleep all day, not wanting to record, not wanting to do anything but just sleep and wanting the day to end. And as the months get longer, holidays start coming up, the depression has become more severe now because I'm afraid that I would, find somebody that I'll be able to spend my birthday with, or a holiday with. Um, and just lately, life has become hard. Hard. I mean, you're not talking to anybody, and you have severe depression, and you have severe anxiety, and you see, all of these lovely people on TikTok. And people don't talk about what it looks like when you call at 3 a.m. You up at 2, 12 o'clock in the night, not really knowing how you can go back to sleep. So nobody really talks about that part. He's like, people try to make him, or that you have these posts where people be like, oh, you have to come here. I believe people, you are not healed, fully healed from anything. It doesn't even have to be a relationship. Um, I believe you're fully not healed from whatever um, from whatever it is, really. Um, so yeah, Segment two, healing in everyday life. The biggest lesson I've learned is that healing happens in ordinary moments. It's making your bed, drinking water, going outside, journaling, saying no, getting enough sleep, putting your phone down, celebrating small victories. The things don't seem life changing, but over time they become the foundation of a healthier version of yourself. Healing isn't always one huge breakthrough. So yeah, um, so I say this because I YouTube for like a while now, and it sometimes it still chokes me up that I can't celebrate with this person. Right now we're gonna hit 300 subscribers, and I have to remember that I can't celebrate that with this person. I have to celebrate it by myself, which is okay. But sometimes I wish I could. Sometimes I wish I could just, you know, sometimes I wish that, well, what can I say? Sometimes I wish that wasn't as difficult as it is, as people make it seem. I've had moments where I've been sad. I've had moments where but I've never experienced anything like this. I've never experienced it. I've heard my story, people hurting my feelings, or people saying weird things to me, or on dates and, being adults do what adults do and anything to experience heartbreak truly for what it is. I've never had considered I've had it. And I've had one in my teenage years. I think I was 17. And this was before I even knew what I was or what I liked more. It was my last relationship with the dude. We broke up because one, he was white and he kept saying like the hard ER. And he kept doing it on purpose. But that one called because I was like in ninth grade. So that didn't count. But as I started to get older, I think one relationship that really messed me up was um I can't remember, but it was with the dude. It was with the dude, and I remember we on the phone and one day he said something, and I just ended up crying. I forgot what it was, but burden the eye where you have circles under your eyes, your face is puffy, you get acne, you rather sleep, or you don't want to eat, or you don't want to go outside. That's me currently right now. Um, that's me currently right now. But I also think that in this part of that's what people like. This is what people don't talk about. People don't talk about this, and people want to do it for social media, but people don't talk about like the people that really like love or what they really go through, especially with trying to like get back into dating, get involved into dating, and people don't value what you value. Like we are in a culture where it's hookup, where it's hookup culture, and it's hard to say at the least like I wish some moments I could meet a woman and we go to the club. I recently started going to clubs in my life, and I've never been. Um, I recently started going to clubs. Yeah, I recently started going to clubs, but it's hard. Usually everyone's friends, they know each other, whether it's couples or I feel like if I look a certain way, so I'm not gonna find me attractive. I started going to the gym, but I started going for the wrong reasons. I was trying to lose weight, not for me to be healthy, but because I felt insecure. Like when and I'm speaking to anybody that's going through hardcore right now, you gonna lay with somebody for like a long time and they randomly just leave. It makes you question what's the love even real? Like even like just sometimes what the love is. And I'll never forget towards the end of it all, the word I hate you never came out my mouth. It never came out my mouth as mad as ignorant I've always been. I'm more of a recluse. I'm more of an introvert. And towards the end, this person said it. And I thought about all the times that I paid for vacation. I took myself on vacation. Never took myself out from the whole vacation. Trying not to get teary eyed. But never did the things that I like a partner could pay. I put somebody through school and I never went to go chase my dreams. And now I feel like I'm too old to go chase mine. It sucks to feel like that. It sucks to feel like that. I ain't gonna lie, it kind of sucks to feel like that. Well, I feel like I'm getting too old to start chasing mine, and I don't want to feel like that. So I try to do distractions, like I told myself, I felt a little bit better. Cause right now, um, if you know, you know. For my ladies out there, you know, I told myself probably Monday this week I was probably gonna go to the nurse college that I found, possibly just to see what the requirements are, so I can get this nursing thing on the roll. Because I'd rather being a nurse than trying to work a 9 to 5 the rest of my life. If I'm gonna work somewhere, I want it to be in a career that I love the most. And so I'm to myself, no, today is the well, in a few minutes it'll be the 31st. So let me see. Let me actually go. So by the time I go Monday, it will be Monday the 3rd. I told myself August 3rd I was gonna go and just really just see what they say. Um and see what my options are and kind of explore that, see what my options are really. And hopefully, I'll probably be in school soon where I'll be, in a better headspace. I'll be able to, you know, not feel how I feel now. And this is what healing people don't talk about when it comes to healing. Like we don't talk about the people don't really necessarily talk about this. And people try to like make it seem as though you are I gotta say, people try to make it seem like it's glitz and glamour when it comes to healing, but people don't talk about the ugly crying, the one like the being in your thoughts, that type of stuff. Um, trying to see. I want to make sure I'm not doing like the same videos over and over. So sorry. And I also want to do an I'm also trying. That's why I took this break too. Was to also um was to also get like I'm trying to make sure I'm not doing the same stuff over and over again because I do want to expand in my second life, beginning my journey, which I am. Also again I'm gonna make a video as you can see because I know y'all see the journal. So I am working on that slowly because I wanted to get these out the way. I have so many different videos to get out the way that it's literally like mind-boggling. Not mind-boggling, but sorry, I was trying to say what book I was um I try my best to yeah, I try to do different stuff and which I'm going to continue to keep doing. And so um but let's get back into the episode. Okay. Okay. Did I read what part did I read? Okay. These things don't seem life changing, but over time they become a foundation of a healthy version of yourself. Healing isn't always on one huge breakthrough. Sometimes it's hundreds of tiny choices. Segment 3. Giving yourself grace. We often we often we're often our own we're often our own hardest critics. We expect ourselves to heal overnight, to forgive immediately, to never feel sad again. But healing doesn't erase emotions. It teaches us how to move through them. It's okay if you don't feel okay. It's okay if you're figuring things out. Progression Progress isn't perfection. Progress is continuing anyway. Yes. So for me, my healing journey right now, it's definitely just trying to find the peace and everything, trying to get back to what Janae likes to do. Actually, that's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna start by going by Janae, what Janae needs to do. And outside of Kaya and outside of everything, this channel is based on my I just placed my name Kaya, but I need to get back into. I actually did want to start going into doing like real life stuff, but I'm nervous. I don't like how I look on camera. I don't know. I don't know. If I had a partner that was into that content creation, that'd be more fantastic. Cause yeah, but I'm working on myself one day at a time though. Segment 4, emotional intelligence. One thing that changed my perspective was understanding emotional intelligence is not about never getting upset. It's about recognizing your emotions before they control your actions. It's learning to pause before reacting, listening instead of assuming, and communicating instead of exploding, apologizing when necessary, protecting your peace without hurting others. That's growth. That's emotional maturity. That's emotional maturity. Honestly, that takes practice every single day. Okay, plug. Okay, but yeah, but Sergeant. Um, yeah. So recently, I'll go back to the video I made about the podcasting thing. Instead of being able to talk, I reacted. The way that I did. And I did apologize. The person that was supposed to work, offered me an anger management and anger management therapy. But I don't feel like I don't need it. I feel like if with that being said, I just feel like when things go, I don't need them. Um, if you're currently healing from something, I want you to know this. You don't have to rush. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to pretend that you're okay. Healing happens one day at a time. One conversation, one boundary, and one journal entry, one deep breath. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. If this episode encouraged you, don't forget to like. Or, well, before I even close, healing is, I feel like a forever thing, a lifetime thing. Um, with the right partner, it helps over time. Being able to experience things that you never got to experience, or just healing. I feel like it's a permanent, not a permanent thing, but it heals with the time. I feel like time heals all wounds, especially with the right partner. They make you laugh, they understand your either if you have a disability or mental health issues. They try to make you, they try to make you a better person. Um, and that's what I want my future partner to know, is that I do have mental severe depression and severe anxiety. But I do know I can handle it. Like I would want somebody to bring Janae's spark back. Because right now my spark is gone. And I want somebody to bring that spark back for me. Um and so I want somebody to bring that spark back for me. And hope that one day I'm able to find that person. But I'm able to find how I like to say, what if God puts the day that God makes me a woman, who's the woman I be praying for. Someone that knows I have to be depression, because that's gonna make everything in their power to make sure I'm never safe. Never wondering, questioning, and yet one day able to open me up back up sexually when that time comes. And so right now I'm taking it one day at a time. And like I said, hopefully, God, I like to say this. God's gonna mold me a wife that I've been praying for. And one day when that happens, I will let y'all know. One day y'all even make see some TikTok. Um, but I like to say that I feel like God will mold me my life one day to where I'll never have to feel like I'll never be in this type of pain again. My depression won't be as bad. My anxiety won't be as bad. I'll be able to laugh, smile more. And that's what I'm looking for during this healing journey. During all, that's what I'm here for. And I believe in karma. What I went through, I didn't deserve. the domestic violence I didn't deserve. I didn't deserve not being taken care of his girlfriend or fiance. I didn't deserve that. And so when God molds me my wife and she puts her in front of me, I hope it's what I've been praying for. I hope we meet unexpected. I hope we meet at a random bookstore one day, or a random library, or just walking down the street, or going. It don't even have to be in the club. I pray not for it. Well, wherever she is, I hope that when God presents her to me, she's everything I prayed for. And so, with that being said, um, if this episode encouraged you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs this reminder. Leave a comment below. What does healing look like for you right now? I'll see you in the next Tuesday for another episode. Kaiya Talks. Take care of your heart. Bye, besties.